Peace fam, good morning, it's the Pressure Cooker, and I'm back with another video. Child, when cloud chasing goes wrong, this is just a very sad and disturbing video. I'm gonna try my best to keep it tight as possible because I gotta go. So basically, Emory University Hospital in Atlanta fired several nurses after a TikTok video became viral. Okay, they were voicing their icks. Now, I'm not familiar with that word. I'm gonna say, I guess things that like are cringy to them, or things that they don't like, or gear grinders, as I like to say. That's what the video was about. Now, I forgot to count, but there was at least 5 different nurses in this video. So mad people lost their jobs. There were several women of color, and we're gonna get into all that because it made me sad. Okay, so basically these are labor and delivery nurses, and they were talking about things that get on their nerves from patients. They were saying things like people asking for water and snacks. One nurse was like, when you say you don't want the epidural, but you are in a pain scale of 8 after getting Cervidil. If you don't know what Cervidil is, that is an induction medicine that they use. Okay, this is just, anyway. They continued to say different things. Some people were making fun of baby mamas, asking for paternity tests. I guess a dad who has 2 kids on the way in the same hospital, going back and forth from room to room. Just really ridiculous stuff. Some of it were things that you're like, okay, I can understand why this would be annoying to you, but we're going to unpack why I believe it's unethical for this video to be out. Okay. Now, before we get into that, let's talk about some of the stats of Emory University Hospital. Okay, round to the article said that there is a 46.2 maternal death rate. They're number 1 in the country, in the U.S. I should say, for like infant mortality rates and maternal mortality rates. And then the infant mortality rate for the hospital is 66.6%, y'all. So the moms are dying at 46.2% and the kids are dying at 66.6%. Absolutely disgusting. And that is a whole nother video how we can talk about, black mothers, okay? Black birthing mothers, and how it's just a lot. It's a high mortality rate there as well, but that's, I can't right now. So this hospital already I'm not seeing it for Emory based on these statistics, okay? I don't know if anybody works there. I don't know if anybody feels the same way, but when I saw these statistics, I was unimpressed, okay? So they were big mad because this video went viral. Now let's unpack this in the best ways that I can. First of all, everybody has emotions. Everybody has icks, as they call it in the video, or things that get on their nerves. However, when you're in certain professions, you have to be very professional and you have to be ethical in the way you go about doing that. You vent with your coworkers, you vent with your partner, if you're not saying names, you vent with other professionals in your field, you vent with your supervisor. There's other avenues for you to vent and for you to say these things. But when you're in the medical field, or in my case, the mental health profession, you can't just get up and say what you want, because you are interrupting and damaging the possibility for clients, for patients to feel safe. That could be emotional and physical safety. And in this case, it's both. Because when you're a birthing person, when you're getting ready to give birth, okay, you're at one of the most vulnerable times in your life, okay? You're at a vulnerable time in your life, and there are 2 lives that are at risk in some cases. And so for you to hear labor and delivery nurses saying stuff like this, what if people are pregnant and they're listening to this? Hell, I'm triggered and I'm listening to this, right? At first I was like, oh, it's not that bad. But then I'm like, no, when you think about it, so I'm gonna tell you a story. So as a therapist, right, there are things, sure, any job, people get on your nerves, your customers, your clients, your patients. If people say otherwise, they a goddamn lie, okay? However, because of what I do, I have to be careful about how I express those annoyances or grievances, because I might think I'm talking about one person, but then I'm going to damage somebody else's possibility to go into therapy, because they're like, oh, that therapist is not professional. She out there, talking shit about her client. It's just, you would feel so unsafe. And listen to this video made me feel unsafe as a person, because the last thing you need is to be worried about what the nurses and the doctors are thinking about you, if they're talking about you. There were even within this article that I was reading, in the comment section, people were saying that there are multiple cases of nurses assaulting women who are giving birth. Okay, I didn't know that was a thing. Like pinching, pulling their hair. Thank God I didn't go through none of that. Okay, I'm gonna report that well, that's another story. I had a mostly positive experience with the nurses when I was giving birth. Okay, there was only one nurse that I did not like, and she was so horrible. She pissed off my husband. It takes a lot for him to get pissed off at you, okay? And he was ready to give it to her, but that's another story. So there are shitty nurses out there, but I know there's great nurses out there. And so I think this is sad. Now, the other piece to this horrible video is that these people could probably lose their license. So when it comes to ethics and, doing no harm, that can endanger your license, because this isn't just that they got fired. Depending on how the board looks at it, it could be bad. So I really hope they don't. But you know what, guys? This is why we have to be careful with social media. TikTok, child. I've seen more people get fired over TikTok than any other social media. But overall, please, if you're listening to this video, especially if you're, my age or younger, stop losing your jobs over exposure and inappropriate sharing. Okay, this is what friends are for: family members, partners, a therapist. Okay, especially when you do certain jobs. All right, when you do certain jobs, there's just certain things that come with it. All right, now I no longer work for an agency. I work for myself, but that doesn't mean I can get on here and act a goddamn fool and start being real unethical and saying like it's your reputation as well. So we really have to think about things before we do them. We all have things that get under our skin. I saw people in the comments like, they shouldn't feel this way. I'm not going to say they shouldn't feel this way. I'm going to say it's inappropriate that they shared that. But there were some things that I'm like, oh, this is real cringe that you're saying this. So, that's what I got to say, y'all. All these people got fired. It's not worth it. It is not worth it. People don't know how to behave professionally and ethically anymore. And these people were so dumb. They had on their uniforms. They were in their nurses' uniforms. And they were in their place of employment. Child. Anyway, I got to go. Please share this video. Hit the like button if you like the commentary, and let me know in the comments what you think. Have a good Saturday.